It has not been easy for me. And, you know, I started off in Brooklyn. My father gave me a small loan of $1 million.
How do you lie to the FBI and now you're running for president? Seriously, how do you lie to the FBI and now you're running for president?
Grab him by the pussy. 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 Grab him by the pussy.
Hey everyone, it's me, Chris. This is my podcast, my first one. My podcast is called Don't Be a Douchebag. And I'm guessing from my first clips there, you can guess who I'm talking about first. The biggest fucking douchebag of them all. Even the last clip, Grab Him by the Pussy, that would make a great fucking rap song. So I think a rapper should pick that up. So anyways, the first thing I want to talk about is the Paris Agreement. So here's the deal with that. If you look at this, it's 190 some odd countries that signed on to this. And basically it's an agreement saying that you're going to lower your CO2 emissions. And, so the world isn't flat and we all fucking die. The entire world has agreed to do this because the entire world recognizes that this is an issue. Except for 3 countries. Nicaragua, Syria, and the United States of America are the 3 countries that have not agreed to do this. So that right there, it makes me fucking sick. Trump did this 100% out of spite. He said during his campaign that he was going to back us out of this deal, and the only fucking reason why is because Obama started it. So that's really why he did it. He'll tell you it's because of jobs and all this other bullshit, but it's because Obama did it. If Obama found the cure for cancer, Trump wouldn't let us use it, just to spite Obama. That's how much of a fucking shipwreck this guy is. But the Paris thing is not really the big issue. The big issue is global warming or climate change or whatever the fuck you want to call it or don't want to call it. It's a real thing. It's really happening. And people are denying this. It's been proven by science time and time again that this is an issue. But we have jackasses in our government that believe that this is a hoax. Case in point, Representative Tim Walberg, a Republican, big shocker there, from Michigan, he told his constituents last week that God can solve the problem of climate change, if there is such a thing. Well, let's flip that around, Mr. Wahlberg. If God does exist, and that's an if, and we know that science proves that global warming does exist, so God is in question here. If he was real, do you really think he would save us? And especially dumbasses like you that claim and get behind God and think that he's going to fix things that we've been fucking up for hundreds of years. We've raped and pillaged and taken everything away from the earth, and God's going to save us, right? Because we're a Christian, God-fearing nation. Well, another interesting thing here is even more and more religious leaders are acknowledging the fact that global warming is an issue. Case in point, the Pope. The guy that's, running all the fucking Catholics, that guy. He gave our president fucking dumbass, an essay on global warming. And I guarantee you, our president probably put that in the fucking shredder. So, a man of God is convinced that global warming is a problem. But we have dipshits like Tim Walberg and dipshits like our president who think that climate change is a hoax. But if it was real, God would save us. Really, that's a fucking joke. So back to the Paris Climate Agreement. Like I said in the first part, there's no rules. There's no parameters. They just want you to try. Try to lower your emissions. So Rex Tillerson, if you don't know who this guy is, he used to run Exxon, and now he's in Trump's cabinet. And he wanted us to join the Paris Accord. Everyone in the fucking staff, Trump staff, wanted him to join the Accord. He's the only fucking guy that said no. Which really, at the end of the day, that's all that really counts. He is the president after all, and he does get to make the last choice, no matter how fucking dumb it is. So here's some other examples of corporations that also wanted climate change to happen. Exxon, an oil company, if you don't know who they are, Rex Tillerson used to run them. Apple wants climate change, positive climate change. GE, and a handful of other businesses. Elon Musk, the guy that made Tesla, electric cars, that guy, he backed out from any advisory capacity with Trump because of this deal. The guy that invented electric cars to stop our dependency on oil. So that should tell you something right there. All right, next douchebag. Dun, 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 dun. Hillary Clinton. She's been going on a denial and blame tour. She's been going to a bunch of Ivy League schools and speaking publicly about the theory she has on why she lost. So, obviously, she's blaming everyone else for her loss and not looking internally. Here's the deal. She won the popular vote. Everyone wants you to know that. Everyone wants you to know that. But the problem is she lost the electoral college vote. So that right there tells me that Trump's team is strategically smarter than Hillary Clinton's team and herself. So I'd be ashamed to even show my fucking face in public that I lost to that fucking idiot. Also, don't get me wrong, I fucking hate Trump, but I also am not a fucking fan of Clinton. Okay. The whole Benghazi nightmare, I mean, all the shit she did when she was the Secretary of Defense, she is a crook. And she does deserve to go to jail. That's the one thing that Mr. Trump and I agree on. The server issue, I mean, we could talk about that forever, but Trump's already done that for us. It reminds us with daily tweets. But we do have to talk about those private servers. Holy fucking shit. What is wrong with our government? Don't you think these people should just think for a second, like, gee, maybe I should be careful about what I put in electronic format because people might fucking find it. Like Russia or I don't know, Russia. So, yeah. Having a private server, especially in that capacity, is about as fucking stupid as sending dick pics to your HR director. It's only going to get you in a lot of fucking trouble if you haven't guessed. And what was her fucking email address? I'm a fucking idiot. Please hack me at gmail.com. What a fucking worthless soul reaver. Next douchebag. Kathy fucking Griffin. She posed for a picture of her holding a mock severed head of our illustrious king in chief, Donald Trump. Now, I don't like him. You know that by now. But that was way too far over the line. That was funny. There was nothing funny about that. ISIS does that stuff, and no one fucking laughs at that. So she does this, in this brazen and bold move, and then the next day she gets on social media crying and apologizing and saying that it was insensitive and cold and she shouldn't have done it. And then the very next day she goes out with her fucking lawyer and is crying and apologizing and saying that it's Trump's fault that she did that because the Trumps bullied her and they broke her and they made her do that. No, you fucking did that. Take the blame for yourself and at least have the fucking guts to stand up for yourself and not apologize and poo-poo that away. Well, that's all I got for today. When all else fails, Kofifi, and don't be a fucking douchebag.